Hello, this is a general safety tips clip. It will be the first of probably quite a few. I've jotted some notes down, and hopefully, this is just a handful of bullet points that you can take with you and will keep you a little bit safer. When you're out and about, know where you're going. If you're on holiday, if you're visiting a different city, a different town, if you've got to go somewhere for work or whatever, do your research. The one thing you don't want to be doing is walking around completely lost. You don't want to be walking around looking for directions on your phone going, ah. That's exactly what the bad guys are looking for, and they will come and attack you. They will either knock you over and steal your phone, or they'll hang around so you ask them for directions, and they'll give you directions down some dark alleyway where they will follow you and mug you. Don't walk and text. Pretty much the same thing. Don't walk along going, you completely switched off to your environment. By the same token, if it's out and about, don't walk and be on your phone. If you need to text, if you need to phone, find a shop, find any open business, walk in, stand to the side of the door, preferably with your back to the wall, text there and then, talk there and then, move on. Don't give me the excuse of, oh yeah, but businesses are quite loud and I can't really understand. No inside business is going to be louder than walking on the street. I've covered this in other videos. Don't have your hood up. If you've got your hood up, you're taking away your vision. So if someone's coming at me and I've got my hood up, I can't see. So to take away your peripheral vision is stupid. Same token, don't have your headphones in because you've just taken away the sense of sound, so you can't hear someone approaching you. If someone is approaching you over here, you can't hear if someone is warning you from over there. So no hood up, no headphones in because you're taking away two of your senses, which is ridiculous. If you are out and about, and this is something that really annoys me, don't leave your phone and your wallet on the table. People sit down at a bar or at a restaurant or wherever, and the first thing they feel they need to do is put their phone and their wallet in a stack on the table in front of them or next to them. The guy who made your trousers put pockets in them for a reason. Use them. By having your phone and your wallet on the table, you're displaying what you have. Don't do that. Add on to that, don't be the guy who waves his money around. When it comes time to pay for something, don't take the entire bank fold out of your wallet. There you go. You know when you get to the till how much something is going to cost. There's no need to be stood there in front of everybody with a great big huge wad of cash like Nick the Greek. Go, there you go. Right? Don't do that. Because you're advertising how much money you have on you. And the general rule of thumb for me is, if he's got that much cash in his wallet, then his phone's probably quite expensive. And what else has he got on him that's going to be quite expensive? What type of watch has he got? What type of ring has he got? Has he got a chain around his neck? Are his shoes expensive? Yeah, so be very aware of how you advertise yourself. If you can, always wear your bag one shoulder to the opposite hip. If you have your bag on your left shoulder and the bag is resting on your left hip, it's easy for someone to pull that off and be away. Obviously, with a backpack, you can't really go too much crossing. Use both straps. I know conversely there people are going to say, yeah, but if you've got two straps, both straps on, and someone grabs it, they can control you. What are the chances that someone's going to run past, grab the bag and run away, compared to the chances of you're going to be running away and someone's going to grab onto the bag? If you're in a situation where you do have to run away and someone grabs onto the bag, just put your arms back and you'll slip out of it. When you go around a corner, don't be right up against the wall. Because if you're right up against the wall and you go in the corner and somebody else is there, you're straight in the face. If you step out, almost to the edge of the curb, so to speak, as you go around the corner, it means someone who's waiting on the other side can't immediately grab you. So you're creating that space. Also increases your vision of field. So you'll be able to see the guy before he's able to react to grab you. Goes back to the phone thing with knowing where you're going. Don't stand checking directions. Don't stand in the middle of the road looking at a map, going, are we there? No, because we came in over here, didn't we? So it must be over there. Don't do that. If you need directions, don't ask a member of the public because you don't know who they are. Go into a shop, into any open business, ask a member of the staff and say, look, we're trying to get to such and such, how do we get there? The reason being, a member of the public, if they are going to rob you, you've just said, I don't know where I'm going, tell me where I'm going. They're going to give you directions to somewhere secluded, they're going to follow you, they're going to mug you. The guy who's working, who's on staff, isn't going to go for a 5-minute break just to come out and mug you. If someone did do that, they're wearing a uniform and you know where they work. It's very easy to report them to the police, so that's why that's probably not going to happen. Leaving somewhere, going somewhere, always get a taxi. Regardless of the time of day, if you don't know where it is you're going, get a taxi. If, for whatever reason, you can't get a taxi, walk as a group. Never walk alone. If you can't walk as a group, go back to the start and just wait for a taxi. I'd rather stand waiting for a taxi for 30 minutes than walk somewhere by myself and get killed. Goes back to what I said in another video. When you get into your car, lock the door. A student from a few years ago of mine was a mobile hairdresser, and it had been a very, very long day, and she said that she got dragged out of her car. I said, the first thing we need to do is when we get to the car, when we close the door, we need to lock the door. She said, the doors automatically lock when I start the engine. But on this particular day, it had been a very, very bad day. She sat down, closed the door, grabbed the wheel and went, and then the door flew open. She was grabbed by the hair and dragged out. Don't assume just because we're in our car that we're safe. Don't assume that just because we've got to the front door of our house that we're safe. Don't assume just because we're in the front reception area of wherever it is we're getting to that we are now automatically safe. Okay? When you're home at the end of the night, with the doors locked, the windows closed and locked, that's when you can switch off. But not before then. So as soon as you get in the car, get in the habit of manually, with your own hands, locking the door. Don't expect the car to do the work for you. Don't expect technology to lock things up for us. Double check it, get in the habit of doing it yourself. If you are in a car park, make sure you park under one of the lights. If you can't park under one of the lights, even if you don't think you're going to be there that long, you never know what's going to happen. Park under a light. If you can't park under a light, park at the very edge of the car park where the public can see, so that if you are getting into your car and someone tries to mug you or someone tries to carjack you, there's witnesses the other side of a fence or a railing, so that people can see you. The more open and visible you are, the less likely there is of somebody trying to do something, because the more chances there are of witnesses. If you can, most do these days anyway, but if you can, try and park in a car park that has security cameras. They're not 100% of a deterrent, but they're better than nothing. Be aware that if you have a game plan, because everybody that I speak to seems to say, oh no, it's fine, if I got attacked I do this, and this. Working on the doors, the amount of student females that tell me that they could do my job because they're a black belt in Taekwondo is quite amazing. You then say, well, what would you do? And they go, oh yeah, I can do a big spinning kick, a big hook kick. I go, okay, do it now. Oh well, I'm wearing a tight dress and I'm in heels. Exactly. If you're going to have a go-to move, make sure you can do that go-to move in whatever clothing you're wearing. I know quite a few grapplers because judo is my main background. It's very difficult to get a throw if you're wearing a very tight suit. If you've got a nice tight jacket on because you're at a wedding and you suddenly go to bring your arm up and you realise that, oh shit, that's as far as my arm will go. If you're wearing trousers, check out how much maneuverability you have on the hips. Check out what type of footwear you're wearing, what type of grip have you got on the floor. This isn't so much being able to fight back and do a whole bunch of really cool, funky Jackie Chan moves. This is how much grip have I got on the floor for when I'm running away? How much range of motion do I have in my trousers so that I can actually, get my full stride to run away to safety? So have that in mind with stuff. It goes with pretty much everything I say, but don't switch off in public. Don't just find yourself sat there on a park bench going, Always be aware, always be clued in, always be switched on. Don't think that just because you're with a group of people that you're safe. Don't think that just because you're in a busy environment that you can just completely switch off. There have been lots of cases of people being sat alone in cafes. Someone has come and sat next to them and gone, "Hi." As they're doing all this, there's a knife come under the table into their ribs. Don't fucking move, you're coming with me. And you see people getting abducted from busy places all the time because they've switched off enough to let someone get close to them. Same principle applies if you're on a bus. If you're on a bus and someone's going to sit next to you, don't be switched off looking out the window. Be aware when they sit down. Say hello to them. Acknowledge them so you get a proper read of their face. Most people, unfortunately, today, if you do say hello to people, will go, "Oh," and they'll move on somewhere else, so that might be even better for you. If you can, on a bus, try and sit yourself, so obviously don't take up the full seat, but try and make sure that no one can sit square behind you. Be aware of everyone coming on and off the bus. Just be aware of everything. If you can see something coming a mile away, it's easier for us to do something about it. One of the number one things in police reports about people who've been attacked and of car crashes is a variation of the statement, "He just came out of nowhere." Well, no, he didn't, did he? People don't just go and magically appear. There's no genie going, right? So when people say, "Oh, he just came out of nowhere," he wasn't there in the bump, he was there in a second, in a flash. What they're saying is, I was so completely switched off, I wasn't aware of this guy coming up to me. Now, if you're not aware of someone walking up to you, one person in the middle of a street, okay, I'll let you off. If you're not aware of a 2-ton automobile moving about, that proves that you shouldn't be driving, for me personally. So don't allow yourself to get switched off. Don't allow yourself in public to just relax to the point where you're starting to... Don't ever doze. I know it's summer, we're in a heat wave now. People are going to be going for picnics in the park. People are going to get in the habit of having a nap in the middle of the park. Don't fall asleep. Don't switch off. Always be alert. Don't be afraid of the world, but don't just switch off to the point of not paying attention to anything. This is quite important. On your day out, don't post the pictures. I understand people are having a very, very good time on Alton Towers. That's fantastic. If you're giving me a live update every 5 minutes you're posting new pictures, I know where you live. I know how long it's going to take you to get from Stoke back here. So I know I've got a window of about 8 hours before you're home. I know I can break in, get your stuff, and be gone in that time. There's no need to post the pictures as they happen. Take all the pictures you want, all the videos you want, post it the following day when you're home. Along these lines, don't advertise on social media, "Oh God, so excited, 27th of August, we're going to Spain for 2 weeks." Great. That gives me a couple of weeks to plan how I'm going to rob you, and it gives me a full 2-week window of when you've buggered off. Don't do it. There's no need. Also, and this is going to really upset some people, nobody cares. We don't need to know this information. Right? You are not so vitally important that we all need constant updates. We don't need a live feed of you shopping for your food. Keep some stuff to yourself. If you do feel the need to post it afterwards once you're home. Post this. Oh, this is what I did a couple of days ago. Don't post it as it's happening. Certainly don't tell us that you're going away before you go away, because you're letting people know that you're not going to be there. I did another video with this where Helen Flanagan, the actress, tweeted out that she was alone in her house and she was missing her boyfriend. within an hour, 3 guys broke in, stole all her jewelry and a phone. I covered also that Kim Kardashian spent the day posting how valuable her jewelry was. She posted pictures of herself getting ready in her hotel, and all the guys did was do a quick Google search of hotels in Paris. They found a website that had the same decorations in the background and went, there you go, that's where she's at. That's how that happened. So if you are going to share special moments and special events, and please do, share them after they've happened. We don't need to know beforehand, and we don't need to know as they're happening. This is one that I've mentioned several times before, and still people don't want to take on board. Don't get so drunk or so high that you don't know where you are. Don't get so blitzed that you can't stand up under your own power. I know it's been a very touchy subject in self-defense for a while, where people go, it's the 21st century, I'm a grown adult, I'll do whatever the hell I like. If that's your attitude, then when something bad happens, don't then say we're victim blaming. If it's I'm a grown adult, I'll do what I like, then you also have to take responsibility. So if you're going to get absolutely smashed, don't then turn around and expect people to pity you or give you sympathy because you got attacked. So again, this is just a quick video of what will work. It's safety tips, suggestions. Take it on board, completely ignore it. It's completely up to you. Either way, please do stay safe.